If child labor laws were repealed, but they had to be paid the same as adults, would there be any profession where it's better to have a kid? More likely jobs would be literally adhering to the minimum wage, and employers will want to hire kids more because they can take advantage of their lack of life experiences. Chimney sweeps used to be a popular option. Children can crawl up down narrower chimneys. Probably anything they can get away with, really. The main issue with child labor isn't just the pay, but also the lack of life experience that can make children kind of easier to exploit than adults. So even if they would be paid the same, there would still be other aspects that a child was unlikely to recognize as exploitation, such as benefits, overtime rules, and other things that are easier to sweep under the rug. Maintaining Mr. Wilford's eternal engine. Anything that does not require formal education and can be done on a step stool. Polishing the inside of brass shells used in WW2 German tanks. Repairing the engine on a train that travels through an eternal ice age? Children work for their family businesses all the time with zero pay. From farm hands to store clerks to family restaurants. Born into a family business, and child labor laws don't exist. You don't get paid until you start complaining when you're a teen and have been educated on what free labor vs paid labor is. They would still find ways to not pay them the same. There's always loopholes. If the movie Big didn't lie to me, they'd make great executives at toy companies. Sometimes the only way to teach a kid something is to have another one explain it in a language they understand. So a tiny teacher's assistant, maybe? Children are currently used in the US to pick fruits like strawberries that grow low to the ground. In the old days, they were preferred for picking cotton. Actors, possibly translators, but for low-gravity situations. Kids can suck up language through exposure in ways adults generally can't. Cups stacking ups. Sales and customer service. Ask Nike, they are experts. One of Musk's kids works as a shield. Sometimes you need someone who can fit inside the machine to get it cleaned out. HVAC repair. Those tiny hands could get into all the tight spots. They'd hire even younger children for customer service jobs like fast food or retail, where it's already common for 15 to 17-year-olds to work. People don't like to admit it, but they have kids working low-level customer service jobs because children are usually reluctant to tell adults no. Both customers and bosses. I worked a retail job when I was in my mid-20s where several of my coworkers were high schoolers. They just let the managers and customers walk all over them. The managers would tell them to do stuff that was technically in their job description, usually cleaning and trash related, that they never asked adult employees with the same title to do. These kids would ask me permission to do stuff even though I had no authority over them, because to a kid, every adult is an authority figure. At least 16 and 17-year-olds have enough sense to ask questions if something sounds totally out of left field, or if a customer is being OTT abusive, though their manner of dealing with those things was usually just instantly quitting. If stores could get away with hiring 12-year-olds who literally don't know they can tell an adult no, they would. Small hands can be useful for constructing airplanes and maybe even at the hospital. I can't remember which film it was. There was a home birth and the umbilical cord was wrapped around the baby's neck. The doctor asked the 5-year-old to put the hand inside the mom and unwrap the umbilical cord. I have no idea whether that's based on a true story.